Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. This is going to be the first video you need to watch on close quarter combat. Now, the thing is, I am teaching self-defense and close quarter combat. And I wouldn't teach it. That's because I didn't want anybody to know what I've done. It's hard to live with yourself when you brutally beat somebody to death with whatever. In Vietnam, I used the M16. That's one thing it was good for, beating people to death with it. Because it didn't shoot all that well. But like I say, what I'm going to have here is I'm going to be demonstrating self-defense where you don't really brutally beat somebody to death, but they're going to be in severe pain. The moves I use, any one of them will put out a lot of pain, and many of them will do a lot of damage. So on the hand, using your hands. And the ones with, like, say, the knife and the tomahawk and machete and stuff like that, I mean, they brutalize people. It's a real bloody, nasty mess. The reason you need to learn this stuff is, first, it builds confidence. You are capable of defending yourself. That's why I go all these places, I do all this stuff. I face multiple attackers, multiple threats. And the reason I say there's a difference between attackers and threats, attackers are people that are really trying to kill you. When I was in Vietnam, they're really trying to kill me. So that's one thing. And in a three-man militia, it'll come in handy if you get to that point. Hopefully you won't get to that point. And as a three-man militia, when you're moving and stuff like that, you're going to be facing people. So you've got to be able to show confidence in any type of weapon you happen to have in your hand. So that's why you need to learn it. I'm teaching it now to people of all ages, even children, and on up to the elderly, older people. Now, elderly, when I say elderly, I'm not talking about the kind of people who can't hardly walk. I'm talking about the people that have some kind of fitness. And the reason the older ones need to know this is because they can teach the younger ones how to do this stuff. And when you know how to do it, at least look like you know how to do it, the younger will have more respect in you because you just talk, you know, unless you can really do something. So at least show like you can do something. I don't suggest people use this stuff because, like I say, it's really bloody, nasty. It's hard to live with yourself afterwards. But in a shit hits the fan situation, or like I say, in a three-man militia where you're defending your family, friends, and local community, you need to be able to, sometimes you're going to need to be able to put up. It's not just talk and looking good. You got to be able to put up. So this will help you have the confidence to put up if you have to. And like I say, when you're older, you can show the younger ones how to do this stuff. The younger ones, they're going to need to know this stuff. Depending on what kind of stuff they want to learn, you know, I mean, like snipers even need to know this stuff. Because snipers will be facing other snipers. You may not want to shoot, because you shoot, you're going to let everybody know where you're at. So handheld weapons will come in handy. When you're making entrance stealth, you know, quietly into compounds or camping areas and stuff like this, and you're going in with the intent to take them out, you need to know all these different weapons. Though, man, okay, just going to the basics. You really should start with the staff. That should be the first thing you should start with. And in all of these weapons, it's not like we're learning a martial art. Martial arts is an art. Martial arts is a sport. This is not a sport. You're not going to be learning a bunch of different moves. You're only going to be learning a handful of moves with each one of these weapons. But each one of these moves is enough to take out whoever it is that you're going after. And and that's why you can't practice with people. Like, you don't take your friend and go out here and practice on this stuff. You're going to hurt them, and you don't want to hurt. This is really the serious stuff. And like I say, you're going to start with the staff, and when you see the staff, it'll tell you more about it. But on all of these, you need to practice, and you just do them one at a time. Every day, you practice as much as you can every day for a month, and at the end of the month, you are going to be really efficient with whatever weapon it is that you're working with, and you're only going to be learning a handful of moves, and you retuning, repetition. You do it over and over again, a handful of moves, and that's all. That's all you're going to be doing. That's all you need to learn. Now, after you've learned all of these different weapons, then you'll have some idea more what you're more comfortable with. And then that will be the weapon you will focus on a little more and learn more and do more with it. Because, like I say, you can't carry a staff, a machete, and a tomahawk and whatever with you. Well, you can't carry them all. So you have to find out which ones that you're really more comfortable with. And when you're working with a team, it's better if you all aren't doing the same weapon. Because, like I say, you might have the tomahawk. They have others that are more for breaking into places. What do you call them? Breaching, getting into things. And so that tomahawk will have a point on it. And so you'll still use the same moves as you would with the other tomahawk, but that's a different. Really, it's a different weapon altogether. So, and that's why I'm saying you might need one of those in every three-man team. You know, I mean, I don't know how you're going to set it up, but you need to be proficient in all of these weapons, because if you get in a situation where you have to go into close quarters combat, you're going to have to be able to use anything you can pick up. And even though you will be carrying a knife, everybody's going to need to carry a knife and a handgun, but still there's going to be times you're going to need these other weapons. So you need to be able to pick something up and use it, whatever it is. And so it's a very important thing. And I say, and it's important that need to be, everyone of all ages need to learn that. Now the women, not so much. They say, I'm not an equal rights kind of guy. I want my woman to be able to patch me up good when I get hurt. I really don't care about how good she is with these handheld weapons. She will be able to handle firearms, a handgun, so she can protect herself, and a rifle, so she can be a marksman. All women need to be a marksman and be able to use a handgun to defend themselves. And but the handheld weapons, like I say, that's too much of a bloody, nasty thing. I don't want no woman to have to go through that. And so these are things you need to think on, and that's what all of these self-defense and close quarter weapons and all this kind of stuff, that's why you need to learn it. No excuses. When the time comes, your life is on the line, you better know how to use these things. This is Mike. NoStressMike.com.